I want to take a few seconds at the beginning of this video to tell you about our new channel, History of Weapons. That link is below.
We're here today at Blue Steel Guns and Ammo to talk about how to choose a gun for your wife, or what women look for when choosing a firearm. And I'm here today speaking with Maggie. And Maggie, first question, we know a lot of men want to choose a firearm for their wife. Question is, when you see men and women coming in, are they looking for the same thing? Does a husband or a boyfriend really know what his wife or girlfriend is wanting? What do they look for? What tends to be the differing factors?
It really depends on what the gun will be used for. Most women that are purchasing a gun, unless they are very familiar with firearms, are looking for something to defend themselves. So whether they're going to use it at home, just in the house, whether they have their concealed carry license and prefer to carry it with them, it makes a very big difference in what people are shopping for. It really comes down to also personal preference. So as we know, the guys that like to come in and shop for their wives, they find what they like, and then they present those options to their wife and give their wife something to choose from. Say, okay, these are what I have picked out as I think these would be great for you, and then the wife will come in and go, this one doesn't fit my hand at all. What are you giving me this for? I don't even know how to use this, or I can't rack the slide on it. So it makes a difference when the guys are shopping without their wives. Please take your wives shopping for your wives or your girlfriends. Please take them shopping for guns with you.
So let's talk about if when a woman is looking for a gun that she's going to carry, what tends to be her top characteristics or questions that she may ask in choosing a firearm?
How easy is it to use? If she's very comfortable with a semi-automatic and knows how to clean any jams that might happen or malfunctions, misfeeds, a revolver is absolutely fantastically easy to use and care for and clean, and that's typically what most women will use, because you keep it loaded, and whether you need it today, 2 weeks from now, or 2 years from now, you have the peace of mind that when you pull the trigger, it'll go off.
So let's talk about, for example, let's focus on the woman who, she's not very comfortable. Her husband has said, I want you to do this, I want you to get your conceal and carry, I want you to carry a gun. It's important to me, but she's not very comfortable. What is she concerned about? What is she looking for?
She's looking for safety features. What sort of options the gun comes with, how many safety features are on the gun, and also if she's not quite familiar with the recoil in a gun, she's looking for something that is easy to handle. It really doesn't matter what caliber you go with, as long as you practice and you are proficient with your firearm. You can go from anywhere from a .22 all the way up to a 12 gauge shotgun if you want. So it's, once again, it's going to be preference of the lady whose hand is going to be on there, finger is going to be on the trigger.
So if I were to come in and I were to say to you, I'm wanting a gun that I feel is very safe, I feel is easy to handle, it's not too heavy, and I don't have a very big hand, I'm wanting something that isn't going to be too large for my hand, what would you pull out and show me?
Are you very familiar with firearms?
Let's assume not.
All right. Well, the easiest to use, own, and operate is going to be something like a revolver, a .38 Special. This is Smith & Wesson's 637-2. This one is a .38 Special plus P. If you can see there on the barrel, it'll tell you that it is rated for a higher powdered ammo with a little more punch to it. This particular model is 5 rounds. You have the option of single action or double action. Single action is pre-cocked, and then pull the trigger. It's got a lighter trigger pull on it, and it'll go bang every time you pull that trigger. Double action is when the trigger or the hammer is down, you pull the trigger, and it is pre-cocking and firing for you there. A double action revolver will have a heavier trigger pull, usually around about anywhere from 10 to 12 pounds, and that is considered a safety feature because you actually have to be willing to pull the trigger with enough force behind it to set that gun off.
And it does have a manual safety?
Now, yes, the current revolvers that have been coming out, the newer manufacturers, Smith & Wesson, Taurus, they all come with a little locking mechanism right here on the back. If you were safe travel from state to state, or if you had children in the house and you weren't going to be using the gun, you wanted it to be safe while the grandkids or your kids are around, you'd lock this down and it wouldn't matter. You pull the trigger all day long and it won't go bang, which is quite nice. It has to fit your hand. So if that grip is not comfortable to you, you can go look at a whole aftermarket selection of grips in wood and rubber, ones with lasers on them if you'd prefer that, with or without. It's all customizable to you, which is nice. If you're not comfortable with something in a smaller caliber, you can always go for something like Taurus's Judge right here.
Now, my first reaction to that is that looks like a very serious heavy gun.
It looks very serious, and it's a little bit heavier than that nice little 637 right there, but when you put a little more weight in the gun, it takes the inertia out of the hand and wrist and keeps it more in the gun itself. So with a heavier gun, you're not going to feel as much recoil or kick. This one right here is chambered in 2 rounds. This will take a 45 long Colt or a 410 shot shell. This is some serious firepower in your hands, and this will stop whatever is coming at you. It's also a heck of a lot of fun to shoot. My mom has one of these, so.
So this gun, I'm thinking though, from a conceal and carry perspective, obviously it's bigger. Do women find that more challenging?
Well, that depends on the size of your purse that you're carrying around. This is an excellent gun for home defense, for in your car, carrying concealed in your vehicle, or, in your purse. Now, clearly, unless you have some rather large clothing, it would be very difficult to carry and holster on your body. But this will stop whatever is coming after you in most likely less than 5 rounds.
So let me ask you this question. You sort of mentioned this is a good option whether you're out and about or for home defense. Is there any other gun that you might pull out and suggest for a woman who maybe she lives at home, or her husband or boyfriend travels a lot, and she or he is wanting her to have something to protect herself when she's home alone at night? Would you still recommend that gun, or is there something else you would show her?
The first thing I would show her would be a pump shotgun. If you have somebody that's coming after you in your house, you want this loaded right by your bed, whoever comes through that doorway, all you have to do is point that in the direction. It doesn't matter how much adrenaline is going through your body, how much you're shaking, how scared you are. You point this in the direction, you pull the trigger, it's going to go bang, and whoever is there in that doorway is going to stop. If they don't stop after 1 round, do it again, and you'll put them down. So you really, truly can't go wrong with any sort of shotgun of any sort. They're not just for shooting trap and competitions, they're an excellent home defense weapon as well. And there's a reason that the police department carries these in their cars. They are riot guns. They put down whatever threat is coming after them. So once again, so easy to use, so simple. In fact, the girls here, they'll say that, their handgun, they're just going to use it for cover until they can get to the shotgun and stop whoever is coming after them.
Okay, interesting. So kind of going back to something we started with, what do men typically when they come in to choose a gun? You mentioned women are thinking about safety, they're thinking about how does it feel in my hand, they're thinking about how is it easy to use, they're thinking about weight. Just curious, when men come in to pick a gun, what is it that they think they want?
The men come in and they say, my girl wants something pretty. She wants something in pink, she wants something tiny, she wants something easy to conceal. And I mean, those are excellent options. If she's not familiar with guns, the smaller the gun, the more recoil you're going to feel in your hand. And to a lot of ladies that haven't used guns before, something even as small as this Ruger LC9 right here can be a lot of recoil in for a woman that's not used to so much power in such a small package there. The nice thing about these Rugers, they are excellent guns for home defense, for self-defense as a carry gun. They have a bevy of safety features. You have a chamber indicator here that pops up on the top. That's an excellent feature because at a glance, you can tell if you have one loaded in the chamber. You have the option right here on the back of a thumb safety as well. You see the red? Red is dead. You will obliterate whatever lies beyond the barrel when you pull the trigger. So you can put it right up there on safety and carry it loaded and locked and good to go. The downside to a gun this small is that you don't have very many rounds. And once your adrenaline gets pumping, you're going to be shaking all over the place. You've only got 7 rounds in the magazine plus 1 in the chamber for a total of 8 to get the job done. So if you do not practice frequently, if you are not used to the recoil, this can be a little bit more power than what a girl would be used to or looking for. It's an excellent choice, though, if you're looking for something small and concealable in your purse. They're fun to shoot. They're easy to clean. Not as easy as your revolvers, obviously. There's a lot of extra springs and internals in these. And that's one thing I think the ladies look for also. They're going to be looking for something that is easy to clean, easy to clear if there's a misfeed, and also what sort of warranty comes with it too.
And what kind of warranty typically comes with these guns?
Now, Ruger does have a manufacturer's warranty. Each gun manufacturer is different. I've personally dealt with Bersa for their warranty, Taurus, and Smith & Wesson. I will tell you that each manufacturer has different customer service. I think far and away I was blown out of the water by Bersa's customer service on their gun. This right here was the very first semi-automatic that my husband purchased for me. And I really liked this gun. The first thing he looked for, obviously was warranty. If something went wrong with it, could I get it fixed? How cheaply could I get it fixed? This carries a lifetime manufacturer's warranty, so it was absolutely awesome when my husband broke my safety off and it had to be sent in for repair. I called the home office and they were so nice to deal with. They sent me the part, no charge. Since they didn't have the part in the right color, they were like, oh, no problem, we'll send you the right color as soon as we get that in stock. I had both pieces, no charge to me, within a week. So I really, really appreciated that. Versas also come with more safeties than you can shake a stick at. The first thing they have, you have a single action, double action. You have a hammer-fired gun. Right here is your safety. When you put it on safe, what you're going to notice is that a block will come up right there and stop your hammer from striking your firing pin. So when I let this down, it'll decock the gun without firing the round that's in the chamber. Excellent safety feature right there. Now you're on double action, and when you put it back on into battery and you pull the trigger, you've got a heavier trigger pull, much like the revolvers in a double action. Now you also have what is known as a magazine disconnect. If you drop the magazine out of this gun, you can pull the trigger all day long and nothing will happen, even if you have a bullet in the chamber. You also have, on some of these, come with a chamber indicator right at the top here, which will show you when you have a round loaded. And you also have, just like your revolvers, an internal locking mechanism right here. Looks like a little hollowed out Allen wrench. You lock it down and this becomes a nifty little paperweight.
Just one last question. I'm just curious, in recent years, have you seen, I'm curious to know, has there been an increase in either men coming in to choose guns for the woman in their life, or more women coming in, by themselves? Is it something that you're seeing as much more common than 5 years ago, or is it all the same?
I really think it's just about the same. Your husbands and your boyfriends are always going to be concerned for your safety. The good ones will be. And they will make sure that whatever that you end up purchasing, that you can use it, that you can operate it, that you are comfortable with it. And comfort is really the key. The more you practice, the more comfortable you are with cleaning, disassembling, loading, unloading your gun, the more proficient you're going to be at it, the more fun you're going to have when you go to the range, and the more confident you will be in any case that a situation arises where you'll have to use it. So it doesn't matter if a woman walks in looking for a gun for herself, or if a man walks in looking for a gun for his lady. We're going to do the best to steer you toward whatever works best for you. And it really, really helps to have the girl here while she is looking. It has to fit her hand. It just has to mold into your hand and fit, because when you practice, if it doesn't at first feel good in your hand, it's not going to get any more comfortable when there's recoil involved and it's jumping around and you're firing bullets, or when you're shaking and nervous in a situation where you do have to use it to defend yourself. So
bring your wife or girlfriend with you.
Bring your wife or girlfriend with you. And any gun that isn't beautiful to begin with can always be customized to make it beautiful after the fact. There are painting processes that can be done to it. They can be blued. They can be painted in any different color. You'll see them online, turquoise lace print, or pink camo, zebra stripes, leopard print, whatever your sweetheart desires. It can be done. So you can start out with any of these military-looking black semi-automatic guns and turn it into something beautiful, fancy, that matches your favorite handbag. So don't look at the color when you buy it. Look at what you're going to be comfortable with, what fits your hand, what you're comfortable with operating and owning. That's the key.
Okay, wonderful, Maggie. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.